Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I am in Iran and today's video it's a podcast because I want to talk about something very interesting about Iran. So Iran isn't a country that is very much known to people from other countries, but there are so many interesting and even shocking aspects because it is just so different from where I come from China. So today I'm having my friend Mohammed, who is sitting next to me.
Hello YouTubes, and today I'm really happy to make this video with Yen to share something about Iranian culture to you.
And let's start. The first interesting or shocking fact about Iran is that the gasoline here is incredibly cheap. So last time I went with Mohammed to the gas station and I found for 30 or 20 liters of gas, he paid only $0.50.
It's about for 3 cents per liter, but it even can be lower than 3 cents. All of the persons in Iran have car. The government gives them a fuel card, and it's about 60 liters of gasoline, and you can tank up with this card for 1 cent per liter.
So 1 cent in US dollar per
Yes.
liter, 60 liter per month.
Absolutely, yes.
And after that, you pay how much?
Yeah, you should pay 3 cents for each liter when you want to using the station card.
Ah, I see. So in that case, I think Iran probably has the world's cheapest, lowest gasoline price.
Yes.
Another interesting observation is that I found Iran has so many holidays. Every time when I visited Iran, I see festivals. So people are on the street. There was either celebration or they are doing something. So is it true that there are many holidays in Iran?
Yeah, it's true, and it's because of the calendar. We have 2 calendars in Iran: Islamic calendar and Iranian calendar, and there are too many anniversaries, funeral, and ceremonies and celebrations, even religious celebrations and Iranian celebrations. Iranian celebrations, according to the calendar, same as Nowruz, Yalla, and another else. And about the religious part or Islamic part, we have 12 imams and 1 prophet. And according to this situation, we have 24 ceremonies, funerals, and celebrations.
So there are 12 imams. And
Yes.
each imam's birthday or funeral
Yes,
is a
absolutely,
festival.
yeah.
How about the imam's kids? Do they also have festivals?
No, they haven't any festival.
So at least you have 24 holidays because of 12 imams. But
Yes.
how many festivals or holidays do you have in total in Iran?
In total, it's about more than 60 days in during year.
60
Yeah.
days? So 2 months. Out of the 12 months, there are 2 months holidays.
Yes.
That is really insane. It's so hard for me to imagine. But that means almost every week there is a holiday.
In some special months, we have 2 celebration or ceremonies or maybe funeral in 1 week. But most of the time, it's a bit every 2 week or 3 week.
So every 2 weeks or 3 weeks there is a
Yes.
holiday. I heard that in Iran, boys and girls go to different schools, so they don't really meet each other in school. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true, and it's started from primary school. From primary school, the boys and the girls are separated, even in middle school and high school. And after that, or finally, they can join to the class together in university. But in some cities or small cities or religious cities in Iran, they also have they also separate the girls and the boys in the university, and the classes are in different days for boys and the girls. And yeah.
As a Chinese, it's very hard to believe because in my country, boys and girls, we have a mixed class. You go to the same class. There is no, no separation from the man and the woman. But in Iran, it seems that the gender segregation exists in so many aspects, and even in, for example, in a barber shop, and also, how about in a bus? Do men and women have to sit differently?
Yes, absolutely.
So guys...
The guys sit in the front of the bus and the women go behind them.
But why is there a gender segregation? Why man, woman have to stay, you know?
It's a part of Islamic rules, you know. Most of the rules are in Iran came from Islam and Islamic rules. Because of this situation, the religious people and clergy asked this to government to separate the boys and the girls. And there is a fun fact about this situation. Many years ago, some clergies give this proposal to the government to separate the sidewalks.
That's insane. I can hardly imagine that. But I feel like the situation is also slowly changing.
Yes, it is slowly changing. Yeah.
In China, there is something we call 客套, which means that we do or say something out of courtesy, but we don't really mean it. And I found in Iran, people kind of behave the same, because sometimes you meet people on the street, they would invite you, come to my house for dinner, for chai.
Yes.
So is it like that? Like,
yeah,
do they really mean it?
It's absolutely like this, and it's called Taruf in Persian, okay? And it has a two sides, Taruf from guest and Taruf from host. For example, the host asks you to invite to come to my house. It's kind of Taruf from side of the host. And if the guest said that, no, thank you, I'm okay with this situation, we also told him, do you Taruf? No, you should come to my house. Yeah, it's different.
So there was a battle, right? One has to invite, the other has to say no.
Yeah, absolutely.
But people do it because they want to show their hospitality. They want to show respect.
Yeah, it's so important.
It's important to behave that, although we all know that I'm not going there, and you are not kind of like, how can I say?
I know that you're not gonna coming to my house, but I know that as a part of my duty to invite you and Taruf you.
I see, Taruf. So Taruf is the equivalent of Chinese 客套. In that sense, I found China and Iran has some cultural similarities.
Yes.
And another similarities is the food, because in China we normally classify food by its quality. So for example, some food, the bitter melon, for example, it's cold, or some food is very hot. For example, the sugary stuff are very hot. And in Iran, it's exactly the same.
Yes, in most of the foods we have different qualities, and we also drinking chai with nabat because we believe that it will neutralize too many of cold foods. Yeah.
So the chai is cold.
Yes, the chai is cold, and the nabat or pulaki is so hot. To make it equal, we mix them together.
So the candies are hot, and then it kind of neutralizes the coldness of the chai in order to have a balanced diet. I hope the next question isn't too offensive, but I found that many Iranian young people are living with their parents, for example, you and your brother. So you are, how old are you?
I'm 28.
And your brother?
36.
And is it normal for young people to stay with their parents even when they're over 30 years old?
Generally no, but in this situation, yes. According to the financial problems and cost of living, it's very hard to live independently. So there are too many Iranian peoples over 13 and they are living with their parents.
How much does it take to rent an apartment like this, like your home?
First, it depends on the location and the city. But for our apartment in this location and in near of the downtown or city center, it's about 6,000 deposit for 1 year, and you should pay $200 or $150 per month.
But what is the average salary of an Iranian?
It's about $150 to $200.
Which means the salary is not even enough to pay for the rent.
Yes.
Then that's why many Iranian young people choose to live with their parents. Not because they want to, but because they want to save money.
Yes. Even most of the Iranians couples after the marriage really need their parents' support, and most of the parents pay the deposit of the house for their children.
So even the young couples, they need the support from the family.
Yes, absolutely. And also many of couples that marriage, even they're living with their parents, and sometimes they can find someone in their family that have another house and can give the house to the couple and get less price than another places.
So if the family knows a relative who has a free
Yes.
apartment,
Yeah.
they would rent it to the new couple for a cheaper price than the market price
Yes,
in order to support them.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it expensive to get married in Iran?
No, it's really expensive nowadays. At least according to the too many gifts and golds and ring and necklace and another kind of gift before marriage, in the middle of the marriage and after marriage, and too many ceremonies, you should pay for about for a normal wedding, and in average you should pay for about $3,000 to $4,000.
$3,000, $4,000 for a wedding.
Yeah, for a wedding.
So before and after, you, like, what kind of gifts do you need to get married? Like, the guy have to buy what?
The guy have to buy too many jewelries and golds, for example, golden necklace and rings and anything else, and too many clothes or something else, and the girl should prepare the furniture, and all of the cost is about three, and the hall for wedding, a place for wedding, and except these 3,000 or 4,000 for just wedding, we also have another cost for rent a house.
But for example, in China, when a new couple have a wedding, then the couple will receive so many gift money from all the invited guests. So a guest would bring maybe 500 or 1,000 yuan in order to support the new couple. So in that case, the new couple can actually cover all the expenses or even earn a little bit more from the wedding. So isn't that the same case in Iran?
Yes, it's same case. And in Iran, there are too many near relatives bring too many gifts in the wedding. But there is a fun fact in Iran, most of the times you want to invite 100 people to your wedding and prepare the dinner and fruit and anything else and the place for 100 people. And after a blink, you can find that there is 300 people in the hall for wedding. So the situation is, I'm walking to the street, I saw my friend and he asked me, where do you want to go tonight? And I told him I want to go, my friend married, do you come with me? I said, yes, why not? I will come with you tonight.
Which means even like acquaintances, random people can go to the wedding.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there is no need to bring any gifts.
You can see too many people in your wedding that you don't ever know them.
So wedding is the occasion anyone can join just for fun, to enjoy the food and music.
Yeah, and there was a joke, they were catching someone in the a ceremony and told him which side you are from, the side of the girl and the side of the boy, and he said we are side of the groom, and they told him you are coming to the birthday, not wedding.
So what is Iranians? For example, in China, we always think that we are a country with 56 different ethnicities. I am Chinese Han, but we also have, for example, Tibetans, Mongolians, Koreans. How about Iran?
Iran is a very big country, and there are too many groups of people in Iran. For example, Turk, Lur, Kurd, Arabs, Baluchis, or even pure Persians in the middle of Iran. Also, we have too many Arabs in Iran, but no, Iranians are not Arabs.
That's a very common mistake made by many people. So Iranians, they are not Arabs, they are mainly the Persians, and there are different groups of people who speak different languages.
Yes.
Right?
For example, Tajiks and Afghanis are Persians.
They're also Persians.
They're also Persians, yes. According to some historical founds, during the Achaemenian Empire or Sassanid Empire, there was a special situation. We divide the persons in Iran to three groups: Parths, Pars, and Medians. Okay, but nowadays there is no division like this. All of the groups I told you, Arabs, Turk, Baluch, Kurd, Lur, and other groups are Iranian in Iran.
As long as they live in the same country, they are all Iranians.
Yes.
Something I found very interesting is that I often see women on the street with a bandage on the nose. What is that, and why?
It's because of nose surgery, and most of the Iranians generally have big nose. Because of this situation, most of them, especially most of the women, prefer to do a surgery and make it smaller and have a small nose.
But what is a big nose like? Can you go a bit closer to
for example, my nose, as you see, is a normal Iranian nose. It's a bit small. And
so your nose is considered as a small nose?
Yeah, we also call it as a cat nose because of the shape. And most of the people prefer to do this surgery.
To make the nose a bit smaller?
Yeah, absolutely.
I found it so interesting because in China, many people would do a surgery on the nose to make the nose look a bit higher. But in Iran, it's a different case. They want their nose to look smaller. And how about the guys?
Yeah, for the guys it's different because of genetic. Most of the Iranian guys lose their hairs over 13, some of them even before 30, and because of this situation, most of them prefer to plant some hair. And don't forget something, although we have a big nose and we lose our hairs in some occasions very soon, but we also have very beautiful eyes, curvy eyelashes, and very beautiful eyebrows.
That's true. That's something I think I'm really jealous about the Iranians. They all have, you know, big eyes and very thick curly eyelashes and very nice eyebrows. I have eyebrow tattoo. Yeah, I don't have a lot of hair.
We also have very beautiful curvy hairs and beard and very good mustache.
That's true. What do you think is a typical Iranian?
First of all, the Iranians are really family oriented. They spend too many hours with the family. And after that, Iranians are really romantic. It's because of the Iranian poems and music. They are so, especially listening to lovely music.
So Iranians are very into
yes.
love music.
Yeah, absolutely. After that, we are really interested on art, and we are working in too many different fields of art. For example, making too many musical instruments or even music, and then painting or handicrafts or even carpets or any kind of the art you can
that
think.
work with the hand.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
I remember when I was in the Grand Bazaar in Isfahan or in the carpet place in Tabriz, I really see craftsmen sitting there just for hours, for days, making a small piece of handicraft, whether it's carpet or painting the vase. So yeah, I can also feel that the Iranians have a passion for art. But
and after that, I should say the hospitality, it's really important for Iranians, and they are really hospitable.
I agree with that, because when I was traveling Iran, so many people stop me just to give me a piece of bread or invite me for a chai or just invite me into their store. But why are Iranians so hospitable?
It's a part of tradition. According to the tradition and Iran history, it's very important for us to share anything with the guests, even if we just have a small piece of bread. And according to this tradition, hospitality is very important for Iranians. We also have too many things about the hospitality in our poem, in our culture, in our pictures and paintings. Yeah.
So even in those, in the poems, in the pictures, it's a picture that picturing the host
absolutely.
Is spending time with the guest.
Yes, even for the Iranian peasants or for the Iranian kings, it's not different between both of them. Both of them are hospitable.
So no matter whether it's a king or just ordinary people,
yes, absolutely.
People are just generally welcome others to their house.
Our houses' doors are always open for you.
Is that a Iranian saying?
Yes.
And what do Iranians do to treat the guest?
First of all, we believe that it's an important part of our tradition, a part of Iranian tradition. And because of this situation, it's important to serve the best foods for the guest at the first. And another steps, we should visit around the city and show too many places and historical places to our guests, and even go to travel with our guests and invite him to different places. invite them to different places.
So there are different levels. First is the food.
Yes.
Second is around, show them around.
Yes.
And that third level is to travel with them.
Yeah, and also we are used to buy too many souvenirs for the guests.
And on top of that, you buy the guest something.
Yes.
Wow, that's really, really a lot. To my experience, I found Iran is probably the most hospitable country in the world. And here I really met so many people who are willing to share bread with me, invite me for a chai, or even show me around. That's really, really true. And yeah.
And don't forget that whenever you come to Iran, you should the host should feed you until you explode.
Until you explode. So next time, if you come to Iran, be prepared to be fed until you explode.
Yeah, we also offer the guests to eat onion to be more hungry.
So that's all. I hope everyone will enjoy this video and know more about Iran. And before we end this video, do you have one last word to those who are watching this video now?
I just have two sentences in this situation. First is that I'm not traveling all around the world, but I know that Iranians are one of the most hospitable nations in the world. And my second sentence is that our house's door are open for you every time that you want to come inside, and we are waiting for you in Iran. I hope to see you all soon.
So hope you can visit Iran, and welcome to Iran. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.